Hello and welcome back to another video. This is a Bradford City v Harrogate Town match preview. As you'll see, that is the one-off shirt that we wore against Gillingham a few seasons ago. There'll be another one-off shirt tomorrow, well, Tuesday night. It is Sunday night today. So, let's get straight into it. Harrogate Town have not beaten a team since last beat City 2-0 that Saturday. It was a blustery day, and it could be on Tuesday, looking at how the weather has been recently. But that performance was particularly poor, and it was a run of games that was the end for Derek Adams as Bradford City manager. Looking at their key man then, it's Luke Armstrong. He's got an average rating this season of 7.14. He's got 10 goals for Harrogate compared to Andy Cook's 8 for Bradford City. He's in good form this season. Harrogate's last game was a 4-3 defeat to Exeter in which he scored in. And both teams are coming into this on bad form. Both teams have the same form in the last 8 games, 2 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats. So neither side will be going into the game with confidence, as both have lost their last 2. Now, the difference is, Bradford City's expectations this season were a lot higher than Harrogate's. Harrogate started the season well, like City, also in the automatic places, but they've fallen off, mainly in December where they had a bad run of games. And same with City, where they just fell off the pace. And both find out themselves mid-table. They're 2 points away from us, so both just sat in mid-table. Now, we haven't beaten Harrogate or drawn to Harrogate. We've lost 4 times to Harrogate since we've played them in League 2. 4 defeats. So they are our bogey team. I can't see anything but another defeat. The way we're going with those 2 defeats that were very poor, very, very poor defeats to Exeter and Oldham. The team I'd go with is Bass in goal, Finkles and Dawson, Song goal. Now Folds will probably have to be a makeshift centre-back, as Staunton's out with a calf or a hamstring injury, Truman confirmed. So normally calf injuries can take up to a month, depends what grade calf injury it is. And hamstrings injury, there's 3 different types. There's one where you could be out for a full season, there's one where you could be out for a couple of months, and there's one where you could be out for a number of weeks. So it's one or the other, Mark Truman said, after the Oldham defeat. Rydal out with a concussion, so with the concussion protocols, you've got to be out for a number of weeks. He could be back, but I doubt it, so then we'd probably throw Folds in left centre-back with Paddy O'Connor's suspension, and Luke Hendry will probably fill in as the left-back with Finkles and Dawson then slotting in right back. I'd go with a 4-4-2. With Watt and Sutton in midfield, Sutton providing that box-to-box ability. He showed great determination in that game against Oldham, one of the few players who actually put in a lot of effort and drove with the ball a lot and pressed Oldham. One of the only players who matched their efforts. Elliot Watt is a divisive one. A lot of people like him, a lot of people really dislike Elliot Watt. Mainly this season. Last season he wasn't too bad. This season he's been way off the pace. But the thing is with Elliot Watt is he's got that bit of quality, and he needs to be developed. And if he can get developed properly, he could be a championship player. But if he keeps performing how he is, he'll just be a bang average League 2 player with and then he hasn't fulfilled the potential of it. Everyone thought he would. Gilead in right wing, he wasn't bad on Saturday. It was one of his better performances this season, and that shows how bad he's been this season, because it was a bang average performance whereby he was a typical winger. He got the ball, he went on the outside, he sometimes came in on the inside, but he would more get it on the outside and put crosses in, and he put a really good ball in. I think it was to Andy Cook, or I can't quite remember, but if it was Delfonso where he headed it and it was a good save. So if he can do that more, then that 6 out of 10 will move up to a 7, where he's had a good game. And I think there's potential there with Gilead after that game on Saturday. On the left, I'd probably have to say Alfonso. Now, it could be Callum Cook, Matt Daly, even Robinson on that left side. But Alfonso has been there. He ain't been bad, but he ain't been good. He's just been average out there. He looks a bit out of place, but all he has to do is put a few crosses into those big men who will be Andy Cook and Tom Elliott up front. Elliott came on, looked to cause a handful for those defenders, and scored a goal. He did. It should never have been a foul, but it was, and we move on. But he should be given a chance to show what he can do in the first team. After that good performance, he keeps coming on, and even the game against Harrogate, his last start, him and Cook looked a handful, but he didn't continue in the team for whatever reason, Tom Elliott. So I'd definitely keep him in the team. He's one of those players who will get you goals, but I think he needs game time. And with game time, you get sharp. And I think Elliott's one of those players who, if we put crosses into the box, he will win the headers. And he'll help Andy Cook out as well, because he won't be as isolated, he'll have players around him, with Sutton pushing beyond him. So, that would be my team, the 4-4-2, but I can easily see Truman sticking with a 4-2-3-1 that didn't work against Oldham, then he had to switch to a 4-4-2 because we were trailing, and he had to do something about it. So I do think it could be a 4-2-3-1 with Watt, Sutton and Callum Cook or Matt Daly in the number 10, with Gilead and Alfonso either side of Andy Cook, which didn't work against Harrogate last time out, and it didn't work in the last game against Oldham. So it depends what Truman does. He's known for having the 4-2-3-1, and he's stuck with Derek Adams' 4-2-3-1, but I think we just need to get at teams. Start off attacking, especially at Valley Parade. It'll be a Tuesday night. I can't see a lot of fans going to the game. The form that we're on and the way the team's playing, but there will be fans going, and it's up to the players to get them fans roaring. So I think we've got to start off on the up. We've got to be attacking down those flanks, getting crosses into the box, and then we might see a different City, and we might see a win. But I don't know, we do need a run of wins, but we have a tough run of fixtures as well. Anyway, let me know what you think will happen in the game. Let me know what score you think it'll be. I'm going with I want it to be a 2-0 City win. 2 goals, clean sheet, but I can easily see it being the opposite with the way we have been against Harrogate. So, we'll see. Have a good one.